Hello, fellow Twin Flames. Hope you're all doing well. I'm here again this month to present to you First Waivers, your monthly new moon tarot reading, this time in regards to the Capricorn Black New Moon on December 30th, 31st, and how it will be affecting our Twin Flame tribe, as well as providing us the closure we need to thoroughly shut down the Age of Pisces timeline and exit it with peace upon our clan's recent successful ascension to the fifth dimension in quantum time before manifesting and hitting our physical bodies and realities over the next 5 days strongly and noticeably, I'm being told by my spirit team. If you are somewhat new to astrology, like I somewhat am, or needed a refresher on what the new moon is exactly, how it affects us, before we begin, this is when the moon is in direct conjunction with the sun and appears completely invisible from the Earth's perspective. It is here to bring forth new beginnings, in order to remove us from stagnant periods or from chapters within the journey that are ready to sort of implode on itself, which you may feel as great tension or stress within your solar plexus and heart chakra regions, when time is almost officially up on that phase that you're likely so over at this point in the story. These chapters consist of karma that one must play out to its full completion, that's usually not even always ours, but Mother Earth's pain and suffering throughout history, or your incarnated family bloodline's BS that's not even yours, that you're judging for Prejudgment Day and putting a permanent stop to, in which you'll be rewarded for immensely and thanked profusely for achieving all of this in eternal paradise, with all of your much old birthrights and inheritances packaged and bestowed upon you upon completion of the task. And lastly, the new moon is also here to send us what's known as light codes, or a form of a dissectable, downloadable liquid conscious light, or even a love language, which enters right through the crown chakra, so it may seep into other areas of the body in need of upgrades. Majorly our light bodies included in this operation, as well as provide us information on what to do and where to go next individually in terms of maneuvering, adjusting, and progressing our unique twin flame unions to higher realms of bliss and unity above the lower realms of existence. But on more grounded levels, it is here to deepen us at the heart and mind level, peeling us back like the layers of an onion every single time until we finally reach the core of who we truly are and who we've truly been all along, which you will find was absolutely everything once you finally get here. Crying or feeling nostalgic during this time frame, either before, during, or right afterwards, also tends to occur, especially whenever it is in super mode or a super new moon, due to the turning of old pages occurring within your reality in the quantum plane, removing outdated people, belief systems, false low vibrational timelines, and karma in general from both your lives, which keeps you bound to the dying matrix system, us helping it die even further every single time we ascend higher and unplug from its ego mind, and separate from your twin in true reality the longer we choose to stay plugged into it. So this departure from the old paradigm, old Fae, is mandatory for every single living and breathing person here. Us blue-ray twin flames, acting as messiahs by going first, before everyone else, paving and lighting up the way for the rest to follow. When asking my guides how it being stationed in the Capricorn constellation will be coming into play for us this month, an earth sign and element, I begin to feel very grounding energy come over my body, calming me down to get still and center within myself, as if it were performing an energy healing session on me, in fact, so wondrously and surprisingly, in which it was confirmed that he was doing this for me, and I'm going to ask the entire tribe receives as well. We thank you so kindly, Capricorn, for so selflessly and thoughtfully extending us this loving support as a fellow friend. This centering process he is guided to put us through is here to help the solstice energetic theme at play from the recent winter solstice portal we just passed through in its job and mission of helping us remove the last residual layers of karmic attachments sticking to our lives like weakening glue. So it is actually very smart and wise that he is helping us to ground back into ourselves and all things important to make this separation process much more smoother and effortless as we part from old Fae, the old world, everyone vouching for it to stay here, and those in our lives attempting to keep us as slave included. Already I can feel a huge load of unnecessary baggage, as baggage always is, exiting and freeing up space within my body immensely, making me my own just as it is meant to be, no one else's property or play toy, and able to get even more real, clear, and serious with my twin as an effect of that much needed, much useful clearing. The sensations and visuals of the cells in my body formulating into rocks until I finally grew and rose into a gigantic stone version of myself, then came through next, which made me feel strong in all areas that I was weak, and means that this perceived weakness was either illusory to begin with, helping me acquire this boost fair and square, or that I earned this upgrade due to the amount of work I put into myself prior, that's now allowing and opening me up to receive these upgrades fair and square. So I'm just going to ask that these same upgrades gets activated and anchored within everyone in the tribe now, and for those in the following waves, the second and third, to receive as much as they can from all of these upgrades and healings we've received so far in addition, so that we may all receive some great help, boost of support, and be brought onto the same page and frequency as a whole Ascension collective. Lastly, when inferring with them on how the black theme comes into play here, I begin to feel the energies of dark black matter present itself to my awareness, as well as the energies of self control begin to build within my body, especially the left masculine side, which is also working with the strong solstice gateway portal current that's helping us escape old Fae. It will do its part to broaden our perception through deepening with oneself, allowing us to have any huge epiphanies we need to bring us out of old Fae that much further and realize with clear eyes just who our twin flame is to us, and to remember and recognize just how miraculous this truly is. This will surely do its part to allow us to deepen with our true other halves so much further as a result, which old Fae hates for the strangest, pettiest reasons, although it's not even their unions in the first place, and to allow for both halves of the union to make the firm adult decision they need to make to decide how they'd like to spend the rest of their lives, or at least a great portion of their lives, with their special person. Again, I'm going to ask for this dark matter activation to commence for everyone eligible right now, so that we may all begin to quickly regroup and focus on what matters. Now it feels like we will truly get somewhere as a tribe with all of the help we've just set into place for ourselves, with the unconditionally loving help of our solar system, setting us up for the perfect foundation to begin the tarot reading. So let's go ahead and do it. The first card that wanted to be of support to the first wave Twin Flame Collective, the second and third waivers following closely behind in order to start the next big phase of their ascension process after our official ascent and shift to the New Earth Golden Age of Aquarius paradise, is the major arcana card, the Moon. Synchronistically, jumping right into what I was just speaking about, when referring to our Twin Flame tribe's current escape and departure from Old Fae, the entire old paradigm, here I am seeing a direct depiction of the divine feminine Christ polarity of the union specifically, being pulled away from this strange, illusory, old biased world of pure hatred and stuck up behavior and division, and transcending into the life she's truly supposed to be living in on the other side of the moon in paradise. In her unique version of paradise, in order to match her core essence, her version of heaven on earth, and the version of heaven that exists within her own internal universe. Right as she sinks down and parts ways with Old Fae, the stream of light, along with the white orbs hitting and beaming down onto her from the moon, feels to be activating her the entire way, sending her light codes of emotional support and strength that she will need in order to help her purge out the huge past. I mean, it's the entire 2,000-year karmic cycle here, folks, that she helped take on personally through her body and grew a personal relationship with while in her rabbit hole, sacrificing her body to help the entire universe shift back into harmony with quantum magic. Meaning that this personal relationship you've likely developed with the beast system and its matrix is now coming to a complete close, never to bother or disturb your peace ever again for all eternity. Now, doesn't that sound like the most emotional goodbye you'll ever have? Which is why the moon spirits, as well as Source God Creator in addition, would like for us to have as much emotional support as we can to take this on. I'm actually going to ask now that we all come together in the etheric realm during this delicate, pivotal time frame we're now in order to rely on each other for emotional support and strength as well, which will help to clear our heads and see the bright side of the whole thing much easier as a result, as I feel we could all use this, for there's still strength and wisdom in asking for or accepting help from others when needed. The wolves howling up at the moon on either sides are here to represent Old Fae, the people of Old Fae, in the dying, howling wails of cries. Their souls, for the first time ever, will be forced to expel from their vessels, from the perfect, direct place inside themselves, and for the perfect, direct cause they could ever possibly have an emotional breakdown over. Bringing both sides of the world, of the universe, and of the story, the oracle story, together and on the same exact page, for the first time ever as well, shifting the stream of white light, hitting the young woman from the moon, into the most peaceful, touching, serious message of goodbye and see you later, that it feels like she is shooting straight upwards towards the ethers to be transmitted to the souls of Old Fae, utilizing the moon as her messenger and teleprompter, for she truly means it from the depths of her entire being. Now, where it counts more than ever before. This mutual bond of understanding that we form with the citizens of Old Fae, at the heart level, them with us, will do its part to bring us the peace and closure we need on internal levels, automatically breaking the long-standing division spell that separated man from paradise, from his other half, from his bride, and sweeping this same form of peace and closure across all lands, all sides of the earth, and all four corners of the universe, to where harmony like we've never seen, known, or heard of before can flourish in ways never imaginable. So, if you were worried that a happily ever after wouldn't come from this experience, you best believe it is after all. For that's the way this story goes. That's the way true life goes. And no one lets another man fall. Not forever, anyway. The divine masculine Christ is following somewhere behind his bride that he's now fully aware of. Every single cell in his body lit up like a Christmas tree to where he cannot fall asleep or give up ever again. Chasing after her this time, with her as the light in the way, just as she always was truly, except now he's been tuned in so he can finally see it with all of its glory undeniably. They will be catching up to each other on a more personal, physical basis in the brand new paradigm we're all breaking through together as a tribe, where this coming together will be available. For now it's about finishing up our ties to the Age of Pisces timeline and getting things into its proper place within and without ourselves to be set on the perfect trajectory and path to come into physical union once the system collapses. The second and last card we have on this Twin Flame Ascension Energies reading regarding the Capricorn Black New Moon is yet another major arcana, the Magician. Here, I'm very interestingly, but not too surprisingly, seeing a divine dark force wanted to come in this new moon period, right through the moon, in order to both work as a vengeance demon for Judgment Day, to persecute the enemy in quantum time for us before Judgment Day officially commences, and to also provide us with an integration of this same vengeance demon in healthy doses to activate us for Judgment Day, helping to prepare us for duty on the days of, also helping to crucify the remaining enemy if they're still bound to us, or any enemy from the past that inflicted harm and still hasn't apologized, yet isn't bound to us in the same quite way as others. So I'm just going to ask for all of this to initiate in this moment so that the integration will pass right through your vessel immediately and set this chain in motion. The most beautiful, heartwarming message of mastery, success, and victory is felt coming through and seen depicted in the young sage magician's posture and energetic vibration, which is showing us first wavers who strived all the way to the very end of our ascension process, the hero's journey tied into it, that we officially no longer have to go through portals. Now that we've done every single thing, every single step we've needed to make, to become an official Twin Flame Ascension graduate of our age, which is helping us to fold over the old timelines that much further with just the announcing of this news. This is being conveyed from the level of mastery it feels the magician has come into after focusing, intending, practicing, and striving for this position diligently throughout his entire journey that he was called upon to embark, as it actually feels like he is pressing his hand down onto the portal before him energetically and sealing it shut so that he won't ever fly into it again. This is something our first wave has earned for sure, without a single doubt about it, as these portals were no joke, very demanding, and seemingly dangerous at times. Before finally getting the hang of them towards the very end of the several year long process, about 10 years for me personally, and being able to say that they're not quite as tough or even scary as they used to be beforehand. What a blessing! It brings tears to my eyes and stirs the deepest emotion within my heart, soul, and core to be able to say these words to you. For what we've achieved together, what we've had to process through together as an individual for the majority of the entire ride is personal. Very personal and very real, and no one truly gets that except for Ascension survivors and pioneers like us who have been through it. These portals are us that we have mastered. It makes it so every single thing we ever did and said in the Ascension arena is recorded, absorbed, and then sent out in a spiral to the outer universe as an infinite message, reminder, and commemoration of the timeless legacy we built here upon the grounds of Mother Earth, daring to save the world from the heroic place inside ourselves on such short notice, all odds seemingly against us, and still making it through to the end as a victor. And this is how we underdogs will be infinite. And that concludes your Twin Flame Ascension Energies reading for the First Wave Twin Flame Collective on the highly opportunistic Capricorn Black New Moon this month, December 30th, 31st. I hope that you received all of the help, insight, and upgrades you needed throughout the whole experience, and that it carries you forth very well. Subscribe if you feel you receive a lot from these videos of mine. Comment down below if you have any questions, or would love to chat about what you've gathered here today. Donate to my PayPal if you feel you'd love to commune and say thanks. And I'll be back here with more enlightening videos for the First Wave Twin Flame Collective in the near future. Bye for now.